So God says, let's go to the park. And here I am. And He guided me here. And the message to someone, including myself, God is saying, no rock, no stone will be left unturned. So what that message is referring to is that you have been delivered. I'm speaking of the ones who have been mocked by friends and family, have been rejected by preachers and priests. The rejection itself, the mocking itself, was for your protection. Now you have made it only for the ones who knows what I'm talking about. Do you see all of these stones that was casted upon your life? Oh gosh. All of these stones that people were throwing at you, are now going to be turned over. No stone will be left unturned. Your enemies, look at all that. Your enemies are going to see and to know God through the actions, the levels, the steps, the movements, the growth that they see in you, in your blessings, yes? Every stone, y'all, look at that. Some of these stones, I'm seeing number 30, 23, 32. Some of these stones have mold on it. That's how, like, look. God is pointing this out to me. Look at this. Spores. Demonic impressions. Right? Look. These things that have been casted down your life have been curses, generational, black magic, family, friends, whoever that didn't, they wanted the inheritance, their abundance for themselves, spiritually bypassing things. All of these stones, especially one with the mold, the spores, these are curses that will be broken over your life. These things have been held against you and over your life. And let me explain about curses. Look at all that. Something that I didn't understand until very recently. Everybody has, a lineage, right? Ancestors that hold a spiritual wealth, right? Because we all go back in biblical time, right? We are all ascending from somebody. Somebody, some of us ascend from, Jacob's family. Some of us ascend from Paul's family, right? I mean, it's just what it is, right? So these curses, what I mean by that is people stealing information in the physical world, maybe even as your parents were a child, and even back before, for their financial gain. Yes. So that's what I mean by breaking generational curses. I am here to say every rock, every stone, every curse that had you bound, had you stuck through your mother, through your mother's mother, your father's father, will be turned over. You must come into an authentic place. I mean, that is so many. As I'm looking, I'm getting overwhelmed. This is down generation after generation. And I was brought to this rock pile and guided to post this because, see the dead? There's no more growth. It's dead. God says it's dead. These people, these families of friends, there's no more movement for them. It's dead. The trees, the bark off the trees, what is that coming in? I'm hearing people who are, what is that? I can't necessarily, what is that? Okay. So people who are, if you're holding burdens, it's like sap, right? I'm hearing sap from the tree, from a bark of a tree. That sourness turns sweet, right? When it's extracted, is what I'm hearing. Anything that you're holding a grudge over in family and things like that, because maybe they seem more successful than you and all this and that. We don't need a bitter, not sour, it's bitter, y'all. A bitter taste, because the sap, when extracted, is sweet. Winds from the east. Jesus says that he will be moving through the winds from the east, will move you very fast. For who I'm talking to, oh, you fixing to go on a beautiful path, y'all. A beautiful path. Anyway, we must find our authentic place. Look at this. So here's where I'm going to sit. I'm not even kidding you, y'all. You see all of this nasty blockages, all of these different roots, different roots. Roots would be, if we're talking energetically, the root chakra, spiritually, biblically, would be your lineage, your root. Some of y'all are descendants from other places that you don't know about. And you also, this is telling me when I'm walking through right here, it's crazy because this bench is facing outward now. When I come here last year, before I had to go through the spiritual warfare with myself, I'll put it that way, that bench was facing this way. Right? So the bench was facing this way last year. So for me personally, and I'm just going to say it, you see all the blockages? Now last year I didn't see it like that. Of course not, I didn't. But I did used to come here and meditate a lot and pray. But I never seen it while that bench was facing this way. You can't get through, right? Like you can get to a certain point and you have to stop. So last year, even though I was meditating in prayer, I was moving energetically, and that's wrong. You can't do that. People talk about, even though God is a supernatural God, when you manifest, when you think that you're going to create your own world, if I knew then what I know now, I would have never have failed in that energetic realm of trying to manifest my own way when it comes naturally once you seek deliverance, as I did in December. That happened. Look at that little tree growing. So now the bench is faced that way. Do you see the path? Right? Oh my God, what a message. This could be for some, it's definitely for some of y'all. I know for a fact this message is for me, for sure. And the sun just shines right through there. Look at that. How beautiful, y'all. So God is telling me, I've made your crooked path straight. Right? All these obstacles to overcome. Look at all the deadness. It's dead. Desert it. dessert. Someone needs to be careful with what they're eating. Toxic. Some toxics. Somebody could be trying to poison you. I'm hearing that. Dessert. Yeah. Yep, I am. Mold. Expiration. Expired. Expired. Something is being served cold. I don't know. That's for somebody. Anyhow, if you're moving in energetically and you're not giving God the glory and you're not showing up in gratitude and gratefulness, and if you're allowing the material possessions take over the wicked self, which we all have our dark side, yes. The message is, right, you can get past the tree that is clearly not growing, but your path ends. You have to give God the glory. Right. Anyhow, I'm going to get off here now, and I'm going to sit exactly where God's got me facing. You see the hill? Yeah. And see how close I am to it. Not far now. For some of y'all, we're right here at it. Remember, no stone will be left unturned. The root will grow. Yes, the root. Your conditioned way of life, oh Lord, the conditioned way of life is over. Right? Because this is your conditioned way. It's dead. The root, oh my God. The root is bad. Your seed was planted bad. Your seed that maybe whoever in your generation or mother, grandma, whoever planted the seed bad. And you grew with no growth, right? You grew tall, right? See how big that seed grew? But there's no growth. All of the branches extend outward. This would be different portals that you may have opened throughout your spiritual journey. Look at all of it. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm getting something for sure. Right? You see how it branches off there? Look at all of the paths, the portals you were taken through just to find out that your root is bad. It's toxic. It's tainted. It's bad. Look, as I'm looking right here, the piece of that tree right there definitely looks like a hoof, right? And that would be sacrificial things, animals. Definitely root work. Look, what does that look like? I swear, I ain't even playing. Can y'all see that? So we got voodoo, hexing, conjuring. Yeah, okay. I don't see much of it. Well, actually, I see a lot of stuff. To be Wiccan belief. I see here pagans, Wiccans, speaking of, look, rats, infestation, mice. I'm seeing that, snakes. All of these things. Ooh. Come within and defile you. It's rooted. We have to pull the seed, seek repentance, seek God. What does that say? Looks like a J-O-C, J-O-C-C, J-O-C-O, initials, names maybe. What do y'all see in that? I want to know. Put it in the comments. What do y'all see? Let me get close to it. What do y'all see in that? So for the ones who don't know what I do, welcome, because I didn't either. I didn't either until last night as I was traveling as I was traveling to, where I'm at, yeah, all right, to Greensboro to do some testimony and scriptures that a woman called me and needed some guidance, right? As I was driving down the road, I heard, do you remember in the biblical term how Jacob was running from God, right? When the ladder came down, he was able to step up on that and become the person he was supposed to be, the chosen one. God says we have to give you a new name, and they gave Jacob the name of Israel, remember? But it kept turning back and forth from Jacob to Israel, right? On the path or on the awakening or whatever that process that he was in. It's the exact replica of me, right? If y'all notice, whoever's been following me for 4 years, you will see how I change my titles. Because, I mean, I was hidden in so many areas. I didn't know why, and I didn't understand why, but last night it came to me. The title, and God says, you will put this down, as he told me and guided me in November to change my title to the from Spiritual Connections to the Way of the Word. My profession, I am a pagan. My lineage runs through witchcraft on my mother's side. I am a pagan non-believer who has become a believer. I am a seer, a pagan seer, who is anointed by the hands of God. That is my profession. That's what I do. I'm a seer. Okay? If you go to the story of King Cyrus, God had King Cyrus's right hand, led him to free the Israelites, and from that he gained kingdom upon kingdom, right? King Cyrus believed in a pagan god. Sure did. Didn't he believe in God? Until when he seen that his name was written in the stars, hence Cyrus Star. 1,200 years before he was even born, that he was going to be chosen. That's what happened, right? So God had his right hand and led him to free the Israelites. And he didn't believe in God. He believed in a pagan god. And when I had that, I had a meditation, like I said, in the beginning of January. And God showed me King Cyrus coming toward me, and then I heard Jacob. And I woke up, and I didn't even know what that meant. But this, from January to this point, and I'm still learning, I see the transition. I want y'all to know. And then from King Cyrus, I have to back up a minute. That leads to Queen Esther. Y'all need to check that out also. If you're dealing with relationships, everybody has a blueprint in the Bible. The blueprint